you have enjoyed the meditation, friends. Now let's go into the wisdom part. So we are in chapter 30 from the book. The SETH speaks the eternal validity of the soul. So the chapter 13 is about reincarnation, dreams, and the hidden male and female within the self. In the last session, so where we have ended is when the birth happens. Now it's a shock for the soul because it is pulling it fully into the physical world. So it's completely get detached from the mother, and this detachment is a bit shock to the physical body. So the birth is a shock for the baby. So this and until then it is connected to the it is connected to mother, to like telepathic communication. So this bond helps the body, the fetus, the baby feels safe until birth. So when everything changes and the soul experiences the world outside for the first time. So, and continuation. So there will come a point where there is no gap between the soul's personality and its experience of being born. So when a new personality enters life, its consciousness may flicker at the first. So it takes some time to settle fully into the body. So like for example, in young children, so especially while sleeping, the personality often leaves the body temporarily. That means the personality here in the sense the soul. So temporarily it leaves the body. So they sleep for hours, isn't it? So that means they are not, we can't say that they are sleeping just like us. No, something. So they are still working on them. They are still working on this environment. So environment to get used to. So over time, the connection to the in-between life, so gradually, the connection between in-between lives fades, the state fades, and the focus shifts more fully into the physical world. So gradually, when the baby is growing, so when the baby gradually, when it is getting used to here to the physical world, the in-between life means it will always fluctuate. The soul always fluctuate in between life, right? So it will gradually, it fades. It fades means the memories of the past life, it gets fades away. So some people, so Seth Master says, so some people identify with their physical bodies more deeply than others. Like we have discussed in the last session about certain emotions, right? When they have a thick bond between the parents, and also certain emotions like greed or anything, or if they are committed to certain strong mission on earth. So there are many scenarios, there are many probabilities. So in this, so when some people so identify so with their physical bodies more deeply than others. So in general, there is a peak period in physical life, and this is when the soul gradually, so when the soul is gradually used to this physical body, used to this physical environment. So some people, he says, like some people, they identify their physical bodies more, but physical to the physical body in the sense to their gender, maybe to the feminine or to the masculine. So when if they are male bodies, so they are too much get attached to the male identity, or to it's like vice versa. So in general, so there's a peak period in physical life when awareness is most focused in the physical world. So this peak does not depend on how long it lasts. So it could be a week or 30 years. So Seth Master says when they get too much attached to their physical world, to this physical world and to this physical body, they're like too much. That means going to the extreme. So when this peaks, when this peak doesn't depend, and this peak doesn't depend on certain period. So until then or up to this period. So it could be a week or 30 years. So after the peak, the focus begins to shift slowly and subtly back towards other layers of reality. So when they are getting too much attached to this, so gradually, so when the peaks, when it goes to the peaks, then the focus, then the soul, the consciousness, the focus slowly shift to the other layers of reality. So this change is so gradual that it is barely noticeable. Like a strong crisis is especially in early childhood or old age can be so overwhelming that the person's soul or consciousness may temporarily leave the body. So when it peaks, when it gets peaks to the peaks, right, in early childhood or to the old age. So when it is overwhelming, so when it is like too much, when it is extremely attached with the physical world, the physical body, to the physical identity, we can say, then the soul, then the consciousness may temporarily leave the body. So it is also unnoticeable. If both the mind and the body are deeply affected, now here, both the mind and the body are deeply affected with this physical identity, with this physical existence. The body might go into a coma. It's like Seth Master says. So, but if only the mind is shocked and the body is still working normally, the person might start acting or like thinking like a personality from one of their past lives. So see, like if mind is shocked, so mind is in shock and the body is still working normally, he says. So this person, there's like if the body as well as in the mind is in deeply affected, then the person might go into the coma. It's not like sure. See, these all are like in spirituality or in this the greater truth, we can say there is no certain rules. There is no fixed rules or fixed things. So it always depends on the soul. It always depends on the feelings. Everything is a feeling. Everything is like emotions and like attachments, connections. So it's based on the feelings, right? So it might happen. So the coma, it might happen. They might go into the coma. So there are certain cases where the extremity of these extreme levels can lead to a coma. But if only the mind is shocked, so the only about the mind and the body is still working normally, the person might start acting. So the person start acting as one of their past lives, thinking one of their past life. So sometimes this kind of experience is just a temporary step back into the past. And this is automatically, this happens automatically. Why? Because when this too much of extreme, when it goes to the peaks, then comes the anima and the animus. So now the animus is a female energies in the male, the hidden female energies in the male, and anima is a hidden male masculine energies in female body. So this they act, so they come to now rescue. So sometimes this kind of experience, they say it's just temporary, just to step back into the past. So for example, if a man feels he is not doing well, so Seth Master gives an example. If a man feels he is not doing well in his current life, he might start showing traits from a past life as a woman. So one where he felt more confident. So that means this consciousness, the soul consciousness brings some aid. So from the past life, the opposite gender. So because of this anima and animus, they bring some strength. This is like some strength, bringing some strength to the physical, to the present life. The same can happen with the women who connects with a strong male past life. So if the woman has a strong male on the past life, so if she is strong as a male, so she brings that strength into the present life. Also, if someone gets too caught up in their current gender role and feels like they are losing their true self. They might shift and connect with a past life of the opposite gender to feel balanced again. So this is also this, why all this is to get balanced, to get balance of these energies, or say like to lead this life, to lead the existing life in a balanced way. So whatever the extremities or whatever the extreme feelings, or not always so we have to not always helpful, so we have to get balanced. We have to bring ourselves into the balanced state, right? In the early years of life, the connection between the soul, or what we call the personality, and the body is it's like quite delicate. It's like quite delicate. So it takes some time for the soul to fully settle into the physical form and feel like at home, like feel this body is home for the soul, isn't it? So to get used to. So when we go to a new place, certain people, they take some time to get adjusted to that environment, to get adjusted to that house, though it's a new house or new place or new environment. But for some people, they easily adjust there. They easily get used to. They are easily they own the place immediately. So on their own. So like so it depends, right? So in the same way, here also the soul. So in the personality, the body, it's like when it is get, so for the body, so it gets used to, so it takes some time, like feel at home. Now, in some cases, a soul may intentionally choose a body, like in some cases, in unique. So it's, a soul might intentionally choose a body that is not, um, he says as an example, like that is not physically attractive, or one that doesn't fit some ideas of beauty. That means whatever the whatever the society, so being on the based on the society, of course it is, and it of course it is not true, right? There is no like this is beauty and this is the personality. So there are some illusions. So if the soul, if that person is caught up in that illusions, if the soul is not if the soul is not happy to choose that certain bodies, so it actually plans. It is the only one who, it is the only one responsible for to choose. Even that means we choose our body, we choose our color, the skin tone, everything. We plan everything. So, and behind the plan there is a reason, right? So if the soul may intentionally choose the body that is not physically attractive or doesn't fit to the common ideas of beauty, this is not like a punishment or accident. He says like it's a conscious decision. It's a conscious decision by the soul made before birth. Why? To support certain lessons, or like inner growth the soul wishes to experience. Everything is like an experience, and through that experience we learn the lessons. So it's like pre-planned. Everything is pre-planned. The soul and while the planning, in the plan, the soul is conscious about what it is planning. So when that happens, the person may go through life feelings somewhat disconnected from their body. So when it takes birth, slowly when it is get used to this physical world, it listens, right? It sees and everything, and this body, and if the person is not happy with his or her physical body, so then they feel some disconnected with the physical body. The disconnect, they don't feel like connected, they don't like their body, so they may never fully relate to it, and that sense of separation can stay with them throughout life. So that's the reason, friends. We have to love ourselves. We have to accept ourselves. Accept in the sense from the physical to inner, so from outer to inner, from inner to out, in and out. So we have to accept ourselves. right? So however, he says, even if this disconnection exists, the life still serves its deeper purpose. The soul gains what it came to learn or transform just from a slightly more detached relationship with the body. So so the life has to go on, right? But in a disconnected way. So it is not happy. The person is not at all happy with the body. It affects the soul as well. He is not connected. See, accepting ourselves means accepting our in and out, accepting fully loving ourselves means we are connected with our inner self, right? And this wisdom that we discuss or through books, so it helps us to connect even in a better way, in a stronger way. So when we connect with ourselves, that means with a self is like soul. So when we connect with our soul, so we can learn easily. So like, see, like when they are not at all in an acceptance, they are not happy with their life, or they are not happy with their body, the life they had to lead the life, right? So in that, but again, in this disconnection also, the soul learns everything. The soul learns, but in a slightly disconnected way. So this teaches us that are our bodies are not who we are actually, right? So they are, our bodies are the tools. They are temporary homes. It's not like waiting for some like, no, some people, it's they have death urge. They don't vacate their body, so they don't decide. So that means they don't take extreme decisions, like leaving the body. But some they feel they don't feel like actually living their life happily. So but they will lead their life, the entire life with the same feeling. So they have to lead, right? So even if they don't understand the right way, even if they don't understand they have planned their physical body in that way, or the life situations maybe, or the challenges, anything, if they don't understand, if they are not at all feeling like living happily or enjoying the life, so there will be like, certainly there will be a disconnection, and this disconnection will affect the physical body for sure. This death urge, one should not have the death urge. Definitely it will affect the physical body in any way, any like physical challenges. So for example, so how they lead their life. So for example, if a person is forced by friends or others to eat food, though it is healthy food, or parents like mother, though if that boy or if the person is not happy, if he doesn't like the food, if he take, so if he consume the food, still the body is still digest it, right? Isn't it? Even though the food is not his favorite and he eats it unwillingly, the digestive system does its job. So in the same way, so when a person lead its life uh, with this certain dissatisfaction, anyway, the soul can experience anything. The soul has its own experiences, right? So some souls enter the body at the moment of conception because they are eager for physical life. We have learned this, right? So they start shaping the body early and show strong personality traits. So they are very much enthusiastic. They are very much strong. So from an young age, so these individuals are deeply connected to the physical world, and often they stay like they stay fully grounded to it. So they are so they want to experience it immediately. So they start to, at a very young age, they start to enjoy this world in their own way. So they tend to act quickly. They solve problems in practical and emotional ways. And Seth Master says it's like some in some. So they often die suddenly through sleep, fast illness or accidents. So they are like natural builders. So they are characteristics of certain people certain souls who are who enters their physical body at the time of conception, than those who are uh, attached to this physical existence. So they are like natural builders and creators, more like architects, artists, or makers who focus on shaping the physical world to match their inner vision. So they have certain missions. So as soon as they enter the body, they will start to work on it. So some souls enter the body only at the moment of birth, not before. Okay, so these souls are usually less involved in the physical world and not as strong in handling material life. So they are more like the average personality type in this context. So some may resist coming into the body. So some souls may resist coming into the body even though they choose to be born. So they have planned to take birth, but everything is planned. But at the time of birth, these souls, they may resist. So they don't accept it. So see, like everything is like it depends on the decisions of the soul, right? And at birth, they are present but not fully connected. So they will take birth. If they resist coming into the physical body, the birth happens, though the birth happens, they are not connected with the physical body. They may hover around the body, entering slowly and unwillingly. See? Then why this happens? Because some souls prefer the in-between. That means spirit, that the soul state. They prefer that. So when they think and explore without physical limits. So because when they enter into the physical body, when the soul enter into the physical body, it has to act according to the body. That means like always, body consciousness is limited and the soul consciousness is unlimited, right? So here these souls, they prefer they prefer to be in the state of a soul consciousness. So when they think and explore it, the physical limits, so they don't enter quickly. So they just hover around their own body, baby body. So unwillingly they will enter, or they will enter and again they will come out. So that's like others realize that physical life is not what they expected and feel they would do better in non-physical realities. So everything, it's like it depends on the souls at that moment. So what the soul decides at that given moment. So like, and see, we have decided, that means how great we are. How great are we, isn't it? We have decided and we have taken up and we have led all this life happily, or accepting everything. So some souls, coming to again, some souls stay a bit distant from physical life. It's just their nature. So they care more about ideas, meanings, and symbols than physical things. So they see life as an experiment, not something to fully attach it to. So they don't fully attach it to the emotions. They are not fully attached to this physical world. So they don't react, or they don't respond quickly, but they are more like into their own world. So they may seem quite thoughtful or a bit detached, and their bodies are often less muscular or active. It's not again, it's not like who are not muscular. It means we can't just um, give this idea on them. So we can't just judge on them. There will be so many scenarios, so many probabilities. So one, Seth Master is explaining, these are many chances. Okay. So poets and artists may be like this too, but they usually still enjoy the beauty of life, even if they are inward focused. So everyone sees the body differently based on their soul's nature. So it's about our soul's nature. The soul may choose different kinds of bodies, but they are usually a common pattern. So they have a common pattern or style across lifetimes. So through all the lifetimes, a soul has not only a thinking pattern. So we know about our pattern, like we say, like belief pattern, thinking pattern, how we like programmed mind. So this is all because sometimes even the soul takes this pattern from the past lives also. It will continue. So each life feels different, but still carries the soul's unique flavor. So when a soul enters or leaves the body, depend on its own personality and attitude towards physical life. So plans for the next life can be made between lives or even during dreams. So we have to, this is something new if you don't know, so like plans. So for the future plans, that means the next birth, about the next birth, if we think like only the soul plans after leaving the physical body, if it plans, no, sometimes the plans can happen in dreams. So plans can happen in that life itself, in the between life itself. So that means between the lives, in when the still life is going on, when the still, so soul even plans for the next the future, for the future birth, depending on the particular life, or even during the dreams as well, it will plan. So I experienced this. So when I was very new to meditation, it's maybe um one year, just 1 year, or between. So when I was meditating, I saw one of the vision of me. So it's like different, so different features and everything is different. And a voice came out like, "This is your future life." I got surprised. So the soul plans after the physical body. So after leaving the physical body, then why this is happen? So then it took me so many days to understand. So again, I was told that uh, uh, um, so based on that present emotions, based on that the emotions that I have carried, and also the feelings. So this is immediately, that means the soul is planning. So this might be a future life. And again, it will change, it might change, it might change, or the soul may continue, and the soul may still fix to that plan. And again, after certain period, maybe after 2 3 years, again in a dream state, again when in a dream I saw myself in a different body. So again that Sri Krishna said, "This is your the next birth, this is what the work you need to do." So maybe I took it as an experience. You don't know, right? I don't want to stick to one plan, or I don't want to stick there. So I thought, okay, let me focus present in this moment. So in this life, what I need to do. So what's my plan? What's my soul plan? So even the soul plan, even it changes. So we can't say like, no, I want to be like this. It's no. Every time the change happens, each and for every moment, right? So that's what Seth Master says. So plans for the next life can be made between lives or even during dreams. So Seth Master says you may have already chosen your next life, and we are not aware of it. You might have already chosen your next life, even if your future parents. So we need parents, right? The soul needs it chooses the family. So even if your future parents, and still your future parents are still children now, or not yet born. So this advanced planning. So we when so the we might when we choose parents, so now they might be children now, or maybe they are not still born. So a lot to learn, a lot to know. It's very thrilling to know all this. So this is with this we came to an end of this chapter, friends. So in the next session, we'll continue chapter 14 in this book, and it is completely different topic. So stories of the beginning and the multi-dimensional God. This is the next topic. So thank you so much then. Yes, if you want to share anything, add anything, you can unmute yourself, or yeah, we'll meet in the next session. Yeah. Yes, Usha. Right. So thank you so much, friends. Then we'll meet in the next session with something new topic. Thank you all, and namaste. Yes, sir.